Hey everyone. So we are going to represent the Duke Population Health Student Association. So officially we are PHS GSA, which is the Population Health Sciences Graduate Student Association. And we're just going to briefly present on kind of our overarching goals and then what we've done so far. So to provide our mission statement, which is this is official, so this has been submitted to the graduate school. It's a lot. So basics of this, we're really just trying to represent the general student body, and one, advocate for them, but also kind of provide some student-to-student mentoring, um, give them a place to answer or to ask questions to be answered, and then also kind of have this relationship between the PhD and master's students. So biggest takeaways, we're really just trying to provide one, peer-to-peer guidance, support systems and structures for all students, and then a voice for students with leadership to kind of to provide kind of a connection between the students and leadership. We're also representing both master's students and PhD students. So what that means is that we have elected positions, two from the PhD group and representing the PhD interests, and then two from the master's group representing the master's interests.
Yeah, and so this isn't something that just kind of happened out of the blue. This has been in the works for, I want to say, around 2 or so years. We initially had a meeting, I want to say fall semester, 2 years ago, I want to say, where people just kind of expressed interest in having a group that can facilitate some of those things that Abby mentioned, such as peer-to-peer mentoring, and also just kind of preserve a little bit more institutional memory for different things that happen. So if someone starts a journal club, if someone has some type of coding boot camp, we can kind of have an organization that not only can disseminate this to the students and give them a space to kind of communicate to each other about potential ideas and interests, but also have a space to kind of help facilitate those things and expand them going forward. Um, After that initial meeting where we kind of discussed what will be the best leadership structure for the student organization, we had some people who kind of looked into the process of applying for graduate student group status, which is a classification that we applied for where we had to create a formal constitution, have an advisor, and then also think through the different officer positions and the overall mission of the group. We had an election, which is why these four lovely people are here with us, who were nominated by their peers and students, and then accepted nomination and went up for election for various positions, which we'll go over a little bit later. We've already had our first general body meeting for people who express interest in being a part of the student association. And ideally in the future, everyone is just a part of the student association. So you're introduced to it through orientation. You just kind of indicate if you want to be a part of it and kind of be a part of programming. And then that way, if you wanted to lead some type of event or just kind of ask a question about student life in general, you have that ability to do so. We also sent out a preliminary survey to kind of gauge the interests of the things that people want to know the most about, or see the student association kind of execute in this first academic semester. And then we're going to do a larger one later on that possibly has an incentive attached to it. So if you're a student in the audience, keep your eyes on the lookout for that.
At this point, we'd like to introduce ourselves. So first off, I'm Jim Lopez. I'm a third year PhD student, and I'm essentially right now the PhD president.
I'm Abby Rader. I'm a second year PhD student, and I'll be acting for this first semester as the PhD vice president.
I'm Michael Green. I'm a fourth year PhD candidate, and I'm going to be serving as the liaison. Right now, I'm the liaison both for the PhD students and the master students. In the future, there's going to be individual liaisons for each program.
I'm Sahar Shibeka. I'm a second year master's student. I'll be serving as a master's president.
I'm Jules Iradukunda. I'm a second year master student. I'll be serving as a vice president for the master's program.
And we also have a great advisor, Emily O'Brien, who's not here with us for this recording, but has been in lockstep with us through this entire process, and we greatly appreciate her support.
What are the plans of the organization for the upcoming semester? So Michael mentioned that we have been elected. When was that? I think that was December, yeah. And we'll be basically holding these positions within the spring semester, after which we'll be having another election that would sort of elect the actual positions that will be holding the position for the year. So those positions will be held, those elections will be held annually. We will also are also planning to have programming to be done bi-monthly with the general body.
Also, we kind of mentioned that we want to kind of facilitate communication between the education department, leadership, research, etc. We're going to ideally have once a semester meetings with the educational leadership. That's the responsibility of the various liaisons within the organization, but also the rest of the executive board is welcome to attend.
We're planning to have a merch design contest. Stay tuned for more information if you have a cool design for a t-shirt or hoodie. Also, we're planning to have social events as a chance for students to engage with each other, have fun together, and be like a platform to allow us to boost student voices and shape a more inclusive and impactful academic environment.
And then also there are going to be funding opportunities that we will apply for through the kind of mechanism that the graduate student organization allows us to use. That way, like if someone wanted to have a lunch alongside one of the events to kind of allow people to not be starving at the noon time meetings that we might have, that could also be facilitated. And then potentially thinking about like things like bringing in speakers in the future and stuff to give this organization a little bit more capacity to kind of do those types of events. And then finally, we also would like to have somewhat of a presence during the incoming student day and orientation, just that way that people kind of know like that we're out here as an organization to kind of help facilitate some of these peer-to-peer events. And kind of right now as it stands, not every single student's a member of the organization, but that way it's kind of a more seamless way to expand membership and have our students' needs met from the peer-to-peer perspective as well.
As Sahar mentioned, we're also going to have a merch design contest, which is pretty exciting. What we're looking for there is for master's and PhD students, so anyone in the department, to submit a design that really represents the spirit of the population health science students in general or the Graduate Student Association. We ask that you submit by March 1st of this year. And if we select your design, not only will your design be on t-shirts, coffee mugs, other fun things, like we're thinking about hoodies right now, you'll also receive a $50 Amazon gift card. So there is a big incentive there. And I know there are a lot of people here that have lots of creative talents and have done lots of art in the past. So please submit if you're interested in that $50. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to me at abigail.rader@duke.edu, and my contact info will also be on the next slide. I'll probably just leave this up on the screen for anyone to, reach out if they have any questions. We do have a website that's ongoing, so we'll have that published at some point and have a survey for any questions. But yeah, we'll leave room for questions, and Michael Green will be there, so hopefully he can answer any questions that you have. So thank you.